Hello and welcome back to another installment of Fodder, and the first thing I want to do is apologize for not having a video out on Friday. I actually recorded a video, and I've kind of switched over how I record videos. I used to record them where I'd plug in my phone to my laptop, record using QuickTime, and then just dump music on top of the gameplay. But since iOS has released the ability to screen record, and as I say that, let me turn on the in-game music. As iOS has updated and allowed me to now screen record with in-game music built into it, I like having the in-game music in there better. The problem was I forgot to turn on the microphone, so I had this whole video where you heard the in-game music and the screen was recorded and everything, but there was no commentary over the top of it. By the time I realized it was when I was editing in post-production, and it was too late to go back and change or do anything about it, and therefore no video was released. So I do apologize about that, but we should be good to go for today. And what I want to do is, because I've been kind of getting back into Pokemon Go a little bit, playing casually more than anything. They just had their community day of Charizard, where you could get a shiny Charmander and evolve it all the way up into a shiny Charizard. I kind of wanted to build a deck with Charizard in it, and if I'm going to build a deck with Charizard, there's a lot of different ways that I could go, but I decided to go with a Gen 1 theme. So if you notice, we have Mewtwo, no Mega evolved. This is actually Charmeleon evolving into Charizard because I do want the extra MP boost. And I really feel like that what they should do in Pokemon Duel is just a major overhaul. And what they should do is one of two things. One of three things. Either make all 1 MPs gain +1 MP when they evolve. B, give all 1 MPs 2 MP off the bench. Or C, allow you to evolve if a pre-evolution is involved in a surround. I wish they would make those 3 big overhaul changes across the board. I actually really like Charizard. The problem is I don't like it as a 1 MP. It's extremely weak, even with the spinner wheel at 1 MP. And Charmeleon it takes some resources in order to get it to evolve. Now, it's not impossible to evolve it. There's a lot of Tapu Kokos running around that you can potentially evolve off of, but you guys know how I feel about Tapu Koko. Like, the blue is way too big, and you have to attack it in order to get the evolution, because if it attacks you, you really have no chance. Also, running Zapdos, running Mew, running Dratini to Dragonair, all the way up to Dragonite. Again, Dragonite it's still pretty lackluster, even after evolution, but the +1 MP makes it a little bit better. And then we have Poliwhirl into Poliwrath. So that is the deck buildup. As soon as we get into the game, I will show you what plates I'm running. And we're going against Mora, Formosa. I always like seeing a Formosa out there with no Celesteela, no Nihilego. It's kind of funny. But Formosa, Shiny Ray, Rotom, Lunala, Zoro, and of course Tapu Koko, because everybody runs Tapu Koko. And when I say that, I know that not everybody runs Tapu Koko, but I would say at least 90% of decks have Tapu Koko in it. The plates I'm running: X Speed, Double Chance, X Attack. We are going to put, I don't know who. I'm gonna put Dratini back. X Attack, Scoop Up, Long Throw, and then the Max Revive. Now for Gen 1, I probably want to go change my deck around. I should probably have a Wigglypuff and a Wigglytuff as a fairy to block Tapu Koko from just running straight down my field. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do here is that's not gonna be good for you. And that's not gonna be good for him. Ay caramba. What are we gonna do here? I think we just take this. I think we take this route right here. I think we bring out Mewtwo because he's gonna switch into Zoro, and we want to have options against Zoro. That's a plenty good option. So neither. Psychic Shove works. That's going to throw him back one, and it's going to allow me to get another figure out on the board, and he's now lost the ability to swap out with Zoro. So that was what we were looking for. Aside from just flat out knocking him out, that is exactly what we were looking for right there. Not too worried about that. We'll bring Mew out to here. I don't see Rotom. I don't see that being an issue as far as knocking me out. That's going to be a solid matchup here for Poliwhirl, because that 64 is going to spin around into a miss. With my luck, I'll probably roll Will-O-Wisp into Moongeist Beam. And my opponent's going to switch over to Lawnmower, turning everything I have into grass. Don't necessarily see that as being much of a big deal. Probably not going to revert. I didn't think so. We will bring out Zapdos. Let me know in the comments below, what would you add and subtract out of this deck? Like I mentioned before, the Wigglytuff and the Wigglypuff, the Jigglypuff and the Wigglytuff and the Wigglytuff may be a good addition into this deck as a Koko blocker. I don't know that it's nearly all that great offensively, but we'll go up here. We'll drop the attack down. That is not really going to work out for us. And the unfortunate thing is he that 130 turned into a red miss. So I'm not going to be able to take advantage of that at all. Seriously. You just have to shake your head sometimes, you know? You just have to shake your head sometimes. What I'll most likely do next is X-Attack into Tapu Koko with Charmeleon. That is, if he doesn't take Zoro in attack. And he's not going to take his Zoro in attack. That was actually a very fortunate roll for us. So we're going to do what we had planned to do anyways. We really have to roll physical into physical here. If he rolls blue, it's a huge waste. If I roll purple. So, of all the things that this is not a good roll, both of them just happened on that. Which, it irks me to no end. Like, to no end, that irks me. Not really sure that that was worth it. My other option here is I can max revive Dratini, attack Mo, ice him, and then attack with Charmeleon trying to get my evolution. And he's going to bring out Tapu Koko instead. I will close this off so he can't take over my entry point. I feel like this is my best play that I have available right now. Perfect. We are definitely going to take that evolution because there are a lot of his figures that I would like to get confused. Now he'll probably jump down and attack to my entry point and attack my Charmeleon, would be my guess. Which he does not. Okay. So what we will do is we will take this opportunity to max revive. I think I'm actually going to max revive my Dratini because of the options it gives me as far as getting an evolution of my Charmeleon, icing my opponent. There's a lot of good that could come out of if he gets knocked out or if it gets knocked out. Freezing my opponent is nice. Not sure what my opponent does here. Okay. We'll slide over. Actually, and that confused is not a bad deal for us. Even if we get knocked out, and we're definitely going to get knocked out here, we could have actually won that roll, but no. Winning a roll is just not going to be in the cards for us this morning, this afternoon, today, whatever it is for you right now. This is not a great matchup for us because of the 91, and this is not a great matchup for us because of the 110. He'll probably bring Tapu Koko to right here, which is what I would do. Which is going to force me to slide over here. Probably take the entry point with Tapu Koko. So predictable. And here's what we're going to do. We're just going to get this straight up 100% knockout. We will take the evolution there. Dragonair is not the greatest evolution in the world, I'm not going to lie. There's a ton of miss here. A 12 miss, even at level 5. So that's a lot. You can take that down to 7 miss if you took it up to level 10. You know what? This is a great opportunity with this confusion here to get an evolution, which we are going to get. So maybe, just maybe, the tides are starting to turn a little bit. Because we're definitely going to be able to get, well, not definitely, yeah, we are going to be able to get our Mewtwo out. And let's see what my opponent wants to do here. I wouldn't be surprised to see him attack with Zoro, just kind of as a Hail Mary. I can live with that. We will, it doesn't do a lot, but all it's going to do is change that 4 dodge into a miss, but that's okay. I can live with that. My other option would have been to bring Charizard up 1, but what I did is I doubled the size of Zoro's miss there. So here we go, most likely going to attack with Lunala, which he did not, so I'm going to press forward with Mewtwo. If I can get Mewtwo up to the back line there, he's going to be a major threat. And my opponent doesn't seem to want to stop me, so typically I would have just gone up to this middle, but I'm trying to apply a lot of forward pressure here. Come on, Charizard. You're gonna need a big roll, and you do not get your big roll. That's okay. We're going to get Poliwrath out on the board, and then we're going to confuse this Rayquaza. I'm still going to confuse the Rayquaza. And that is completely okay. I got no problems with that. In fact, that's better than me actually getting knocked out, because now I'm going to be able to confuse Lunala as well. And the confused Rayquaza is most likely going to lead to me being able to get Dragonite out on the board. Tell me he's not going after Mewtwo. Okay. I probably would not have attacked there. I'm just going to go for the Psychic Shove here. Annihilate, not exactly what we were looking for. I'm going to go over here so he can't block me off with his Luna, although now he can scoop up. I should have looked at his plates first. That was a misplay on my part. Compounded by my opponent's misplay. That was really bad by my opponent. It was really bad by me, but even worse by my opponent to not just scoop up your Lunala, who is not good right now. Let's see what happens here. That's going to be the knockout. We're good with that. We'll attack here. Very few bad rolls. That wasn't a great roll. In fact, that was pretty bad. That was probably the worst roll possible, with me rolling Magnetic Storm. 2 reasons. Now half my wheel is a miss. And now he doesn't have predominantly miss. So we are going to activate our Shed Skin ability so that we're no longer paralyzed, which is always nice. But his Rayquaza being confused was way better for us. Disappointing to say the least. We'll press forward here with Mew. Mew basically just gets demolished by Tapu Koko. I guess he thinks I'm an idiot and I'm gonna let him just get the easy surround there. That is rather silly. Got a lucky roll there. We're gonna threaten game here. Now if he attacks and knocks out my Zapdos, I hope he does it with the 130. But no, we're going to get the knockout here. So that's going to be GG to my opponent, who played pretty poorly. And I'm not usually one to call out people for not playing well, but my opponent definitely let me stay in this game. And then is going to rage quit, which I find quite ironic that he played poorly and then is going to rage quit because he's mad, I guess. Maybe he should have thought about some of his moves a little better. So there we go. I didn't feel the need to make you sit and wait. Just because Mora wants to waste my time doesn't mean that I want to waste your time. Well, we pick up the first victory in our first game of the day. Like I said, I feel like I want to have a fairy type in here. Again, don't know who to take out because the Puff and the Tough are not, like, they're not that strong. So let's take a quick look through here and see what options we have. So there's just no real good options. But who do we take out? That is the question. You know, maybe Dratini. I don't. I kind of want to keep Dratini in there. We'll take out Polly. I actually like Polly being in there, but for this, to have a Coco blocker, we will put in the Puffy and the Tuffy. The Wigglytuff, if you don't remember, has the interesting ability of whenever you move it, whenever it makes an MP move, your opponent can't use any plates. If you're running a team of Wigglytuffs, that can become quite a nuisance for your opponent, so something to keep in mind there. And here we go. We are going up against Justice with Ho-Oh, Kyurem, Poplio, it looked like a Trevenant. What else do we have here? A Sceptile and a Zapdos. Definitely an interesting group my opponent has put together. This is actually not a bad matchup for us. Yes, our purple is going to go away, which is going to give us about a 25% miss. Just looking at it off of the top of my head. But that's not a terrible matchup. We could definitely do a lot worse. Pretty much everything we have, except for Mew, has a larger purple, and Mew doesn't really have a great matchup at all. And the stealth hit is going to go down, which means we are going to pull out Dratini. I hope he doesn't have Mega, and he does, so we just lost. So that's what you get for not checking your opponent's plates. Is you get an easy victory for your opponent. That's actually pretty funny. I always enjoy when I lose to really, really random decks, only because I didn't look at their plates. I have long throw, I could have just, okay, play. I have long throw, so I could have easily just thrown something in front of his Sceptile, but no! I could have, I didn't want to move my Jigglypuff back, because as you saw, he rolled Stealth Hit the first time. I didn't want to just leave that door open for the second time. And instead, I just gave him the free victory. So there you go. I will say that the... Again, this weekend, I really only did my dailies. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to the boat. I do like the free resources on the boat, but the boat is inherently boring. It is just a lot of, I don't know. It's a lot of repetition. I have been watching the AI, and the AI's placements on a lot of things is actually very smart. Now, I'm not saying that the AI is smart, but if you actually look at the matchups and the way it sets up the board, there is merit there as to why they do what they do. No, I actually meant to use Jigglypuff. So it's Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff. Anyway, that was just what I was noticing about the carnival, but I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention, and judging by the amount of traffic that has been on my Discord the last several days, not a lot of you guys have a whole lot of interest in the carnival either. What I want to do is I need to cap my goal, which he does have Gengar. Actually, look, I just assume you have Gengar always. I want to cap my goal because We'll take that. Because I want to attack this Torracat with my Charmeleon. But I can't do that because if he rolls Fake Out, then he'll just take my goal. So the first thing I have to do is cover my goal. I don't want to do it with Dratini because I don't want him to have my entry point with his Mega Gengar, which is why I backed up with my Mew on my last turn. So let's see what happens here. He's going to attack Zapdos into Zapdos. Not entirely sure why, because he can't beat my 110. And you guys know, I've told you what it is that I'm trying to do, but the better play here was to advance with Zapdos. I did catch my very first Zapdos in Pokemon Go. Pretty exciting. I did that on Friday. I did a video, if you guys want to check that out. Ouch. Feels bad, man. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to X speed, just for a little added protection here. Hopefully we don't roll purple into purple or his purple into my miss. It is absolutely infuriating to no end. It honestly, it's stuff like that that crawls under my skin and makes me want to throw my phone, because that is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, there are no words. And I don't know what the math is, but the odds of that have got to be so low. I mean, there's only a roughly 8% chance that I even miss. And then to miss and get knocked out is anyway. Anyway, so we're just going to go attack Altaria. Hopefully land gold, which we do. My opponent has a gold block. I definitely expect him to use his Gengar. Level 6 Gengar. Which looks like maybe it's all into dodge. No, 17, yeah. Maybe. He decided to go Mega. Not sure that A, I agree, or B, I understand. Hopefully I can just put him to sleep. Thank you. And my guess is he's going to have to move Gengar right onto my goal, I guess. I don't know what my opponent does here. I guess he goes to goal and attacks Zapdos. Because if he surrounds me, I move Zapdos on the goal. Okay. I think that was his only play. And unfortunately, we are going to get knocked out, so I have to back off with my Jigglypuff. I'm not sure. Well, okay, I guess he did wake up. Incineroar can't. Oh yeah, he does have the 90, so he can knock out my Mew. I was thinking of after the double evolution, he can't. but after a single evolution, he absolutely can. So I need to be a little more protective of my Mew than I have been. Because Gengar can't knock out me, though. Psychic Shove is going to be good. I'm actually going to just try to sleep him here. That's not going to work, but we are going to get the Fortunate Roll into the miss. I will take the evolution here. My opponent still has a Gold Block, he has a Mega Altaria, and an X Speed. Got a nice size round there. What is that, 36? Nice. No other round figures on the board for me though, so it's not great. I'm going to threaten the surround on Incineroar, which means if he wants to attack me, I have the potential to put him to sleep, and putting him to sleep there would be excellent for me. Not going to put him to sleep, he's actually going to throw me. And we'll move out with our Mewtwo. Probably bring Zapdos out to front up against my Mewtwo. Pretty much expected there. Basically just sacrificing. It's actually not the worst thing in the world to happen, because now it's going to make him make a decision. Does he take his Zapdos and slide over and surround my Charmeleon, which is zero threat to him at all, and open the door for me to advance with my Mewtwo, which is a major threat to him, which is what he chose to do. Not overly concerned about... Okay. That's going to allow me to jump over here, and I'm absolutely going for the Psychic Shove right away. Didn't happen. So I'll jump over here, take over the entry point. Would have been nice to Psychic Shove there. He probably would have Gold Blocked. Well, with either of the other two, they have sizable golds, as you see right there. We'll either go for the knockout or the paralyze, or we get knocked out and we will start this over again. Muse actually has a decent matchup against Zapdos, so we're okay there. I will bring out my Zapdos on defense here. His Ray is going to take a minute to get down the field. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to close off that door. Charmeleon is not much of a threat other than the 8 miss or 9 miss that my opponent has. 8 miss. Sleeping him here would be most excellent. Very nice. That was very good. So now his Incineroar is in trouble. He's probably going to attack. Nope. Okay. Again, leaving himself open to be slept, and it did not happen. My 60 into 50 is actually a winning roll here. My 60 into miss is actually a winning roll here as well. All right. All right. So I like my Charizard. I like Charizard at 2 MP. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a really solid figure. What do I want to do here? I'm going to come out defensively. Because of Suplex, it's the Darkest Lariat knocks people out when they're side by side, or it knocks one out and sends the other to the bench. So I want to be careful of that. Just him flat out missing is perfect. We'll advance with our Charizard. Dragon Tail is a decent move, sending your opponent back to the bench. You know, I would rather get the knockout, which we have the potential to do. I'd like to get my Mewtwo onto his back line again. No. I don't know if we've rolled Psychic Shove at all this game. Bulu has, oh, he has the 99, so he hasn't upgraded his. Same deal. We're either going to send him back to the bench, he'll roll miss, or he'll roll blue. Which means I'm going to lose my Charizard now. So I didn't really think that one through too clearly. Again, same deal, same deal. I'm looking to either send him back. My whole goal is to A, get the evolution, B, paralyze him, or C, send him back to the bench. Him rolling blue on the previous turn there wasn't really what we were going for there. Again, if as many times as we can sleep his figures, I'm good with that. Sleeping his figures is always good. I'm sure I've missed plays throughout the course of this game. I feel like Mewtwo has kind of worn out all of the good rolls. I'll take Zapdos up and around the corner. There's the only losing roll against Bulu is going to be the 99. Pound is not good, but at 1 MP, I'm not too scared of him. My Charizard will actually have to roll 3 times. The 70 will have to roll 3 times in order to take out the 141 because of that 1 extra chain level there. We do have the surround set up though. One time just is no good. This is going to force him to move his Rayquaza down, which is then going to allow me to surround his Bulu. Or, alternatively, I could just double chance, which is actually canceled. I'm not going to do it. We will just take this round, and then we will double chance into Gengar next time. I just can see him rolling dodge, honestly. We will double chance here. Go after Gengar. Even if I knock him out, he'll go Mega Altaria and hop over. And right there, 100%, what did I say? I said the reason why I did the surround and not go straight after his Gengar is because I was afraid of Gengar rolling blue. And right on cue, Gengar rolls blue. Gengar is also a Gen 1 figure. Maybe I should try to find a place for Gengar in my deck. I don't know what role Gengar would serve. And I purposely let him surround my Zapdos so that I could get Mewtwo up the board. I want to try to get Mewtwo to Psychic Shove my opponent off of the goal. He does have Mega Altaria, so I have to bring out my Wigglytuff. That works, that works. I imagine he was planning on using his Mega Altaria, hopping over my Dragonair. If I lose, hopefully it sends him back to the bench. He does have Scoop Up, but I'm gonna take the chance here. Nice. Which means now he's gonna have to just back up with his Zapdos. And I'm just gonna go for it again. Oh. So lucky there. Never mind. He got plus 10 because of Altaria. Which he may go Mega. He does not. And the more time I can have my opponent defending his goal, the more his clock runs, and the less time he has to actually attack my goal. That is going to be the knockout. Creates a bit of a problem for him. And then the miss. All right. So now he's going to have to goal block. I imagine he'll goal block with Rayquaza, since that is his highest attacking figure. He could just go YOLO with Incineroar. I'm pretty sure he still had a goal block. Very, very lucky roll. Yeah, he still has a goal block, so I'm not entirely sure why he would do that. I guess he was conceding, saying, if I lose this roll, I guess I just lose the game. I don't know. I don't know. Probably attack with Incineroar. Hopefully, he doesn't roll Darkest Lariat. Suplex is okay. So that's going to put me there. And then the problem that kind of creates is I didn't want to move my Dragonair, but we had to. So he's only got 17 seconds. I could probably play significantly more defensively than I am, but like I said, the more time I can get him. And why wouldn't you just hop over and guard your goal? I don't get it. So we're going to go 2 wins, 1 loss with the Gen 1 crew. But let me know in the comments below. If I'm only using Gen 1 figures, what Gen 1 figures should I use? That's the question of the day for you guys. Let me pop open this. Play 2 league matches. Okay. Ooh. Anything but magenta. You guys already know how I feel about the magenta or the pink or whatever color you want to call it. Okay. So we got a booster ticket. You guys are going to get some bonus coverage here because typically I would not open this because I just don't feel the need to open out of this banner. But since we pulled that and I have 2 others, we'll go ahead and crack open 3 booster tickets. There's nothing that I really want out of the current banner. So these will all just be kind of okay. And we're going to start off with, looks like an uncommon. A Pupitar. Okay. Booster. I wish that was still again. And we'll open number 2 here. Anything with gold lights or higher. Gold or rainbow lights, always. You know, that's what everybody wants, right? Looks like it's going to be another uncommon. And it's going to be a Tropius. Okay. And finally, last, and hopefully not least, hopefully we go out with a 3rd time's the charm. Great booster pull here is what we are looking for. And we're just going to get all uncommons. And a Larvitar. All right. So we got 67% of the Tyranitar line. And that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. And until next time.